Hello, my name is Eric Gibson Maxtone Mailer, which is quite a mouthful, I admit, although everyone knew me as Marcus. Don't ask me why. I was born in Malaya on December 3rd, 1915. My father Maxtone and my mother Isabel both came from near Dumfries, and they married in 1911 in Malaya. I had two older sisters and one younger brother, and we were all born in the Far East, in Malaya or Singapore. At this time, Malaya was a British colony and was very rich in tin and rubber. My father was the managing director of rubber companies, in particular the Galloway Rubber Company, who made car tyres at their factory in Dumfries. Although my sisters, brother and myself all grew up in Malaya, we were all sent back to Scotland to go to school. We lived with my grandparents in Dumfries, where my grandfather was the minister of Irongray Church. When I was old enough, I went to Dumfries Academy. When my grandfather retired, he and my grandmother moved to Ayr, and when my father and mother moved back to Scotland, they bought a house in Midton Road, Ayr. On the 10th of June 1939, when I was 23, I joined the RAF. This was 3 months before we were even at war with Germany. My first rank was acting pilot officer, and I signed up for a 6-year commission. I was posted at RAF Tangmere in Sussex for training. I was assigned to 92 Squadron. We were specifically a night fighter squadron, and at this time we flew Bristol Beaufighters, which we called the Beau. The Beaufighters were heavy fighter aircraft and could carry bombs, rockets and even torpedoes. However, they were much faster and more manoeuvrable than normal bombers, and they were especially effective at night. We were the first squadron to use the Beaufighters, and I was one of the test pilots, as the engineers developed and tried out various different engines. Needless to say, we had a lot of fun, but the only time I got into trouble was when I was stopped by the police for cycling in the dark without lights. A lot safer than flying a fighter aircraft in the dark without lights. I was fined 5 shillings. I finished my training, and on the 18th of November, I was made a full pilot officer. By this time, we were at war with Nazi Germany, and I was ready to do my part as an RAF fighter pilot. Sadly, 3 weeks later I was dead, without even leaving Britain. As part of our preparation for action, we practiced low night flying in Avro Tutor planes. On the 12th of December 1939, just before midnight, my wingtip hit the ground and my plane crashed. Together with my colleague, Pilot Officer Patrick Fraser, I was killed immediately. I was 24 years old. I was the first former pupil of Dumfries Academy to die in World War II. I am buried in the family plot in Ayr Cemetery.